I feel like if he's going to do something X-game-ish, that he just should come out to the Nationals and show everybody what he can do on a motorcycle.
The Geico Powersports Honda team, we work pretty close with this team here, so the relationship's there. It's been there for years, and you know, it's almost like a homecoming. It feels really good to be here.
What's interesting about that, Wyndham actually rode for the factory Honda team 98, 99, and 2000. And 10 years later, he's riding for them again, although he did just get passed by Regal on the Merge Racing Honda.
Well, let's take a look at that pass here. See, here's in the sand whoops, Regal takes the outside line. Now watch him just hammer the throttle. Wyndham stays around the inside, but oh, look at the line.
Wow.
See this jump right there. I haven't seen anybody do that. Here's a second look as he jumps over this steep jump. What a line for Regal. Wow.
I'd take a lot out of you. Up hard landing to put him into the face of that.
Yeah, but I tell you, it's great to hear Kevin. He's out here racing for fun. It's good for the fans. And I wasn't clear what Dottie was saying about Kevin wakeboarding, if he's going to do motocross or Moto X or wakeboarding in the X Games. Did you?
But she's saying if you're going to do an action sport, get off the wakeboard, get on a motorcycle, make us some money. And he's still solid right now, but he is behind Regal, who is running for a podium spot in this moto. Oh, Regal goes down. Well, he had to go back to the inside of that corner because he didn't need to pass Wyndham this time. That was not where he was the previous lap, and it cost him. So now back to business for Regal. He's got to get these guys again.
And that's good news for Kevin Wyndham, because with the 5th in the first moto, setting in second now, or I'm sorry, 3rd in the second moto. Not sure how the points are going to shake out here. We still got 18 minutes plus 2 laps to go, but could be good for an overall for Wyndham.
Let's get the radar out here. You saw Josh Grant, Mike Alessi go by. Then it's Ryan Sipes and Brett Metcalf we see for the first time today, and the 55 of Kyle Chisholm. So there's some battles out here inside the top 10. Well, this is good stuff. Not too far from Rochester, Minnesota, the home of the famous Mayo Clinic. That's a town where everybody hangs out here outside of the track in Millville. And Ryan Dungey, the home track specialist, continues to lead the way. Ryan Dungey leads the way. Here's Kevin Wyndham back in action. He's got a fight on his hands, though, from the number 10 of Tommy Hahn, who's also back, although Hahn only missed 1 race. Redbud with injury. Wyndham hasn't been here for the first 6 rounds.
And look at Hahn. He is all over that Suzuki right now. Let's see if he can pull the same move. No, but he is definitely riding at a much higher intensity level than what Wyndham is. He's going to get him right here on the outside.
Wyndham just controlling the insides, and Hahn's going to make it work. Uh-oh, Ivan Tedesco, another rider who is back in action after an injury, this case from Supercross. Did not finish Moto 1, and it looks like he is not going to finish Moto 2.
Going to be frustrating for the number 9 there, Hot Sauce. But look at the battle here. Wyndham, blister and all.
Comes back. Yeah, at the end of the first moto, he showed us a giant blister on his thumb.
Just from Moto 1.
Yeah, and fighting back here and making a pass on Tommy Hahn despite that here in Moto 2.
Well, that's the thing with Kevin here, is as he knows how to ride these motos and to remain calm and not use his energy and try to be efficient. Hahn right there was really brought the intensity level up and was super aggressive. But Kevin just floated right on by. Possibly could have been a mistake by Tommy Hahn. But, oh, that was close.
They almost came together. Don't make too many mistakes, Wyndham. You'll get run into by Hahn. Hahn is suffering from both a bad shoulder and a bad foot. But he says it's just pain. Nothing more than that.
Nothing more than pain. No big deal.
Yeah, it's weakness leaving the body, right? Here we go. Around the outside, he passes Wyndham for the 2nd time this lap. Nice job.
I like that. Weakness leaving the body.
I stole that from the Armed Services. And he has stolen the pass from Wyndham, so that should put Hahn into a podium position, 3rd place in this moto. And remember, the last time he was racing with us in Colorado, he had a 3rd in the first moto there before twisting his foot and getting hurt in the 2nd moto. So pretty much as close to picking up where you left off as you can get.
Wow, look at the track. Watching it come down through here. Look at the bike just jumping around. Wyndham darts to the outside, trying to find some smooth line, but then that leads into the inside, and all the bumps are on the inside. So that section has always been, it seems to shape up the same. Ever since my first year here was 89, so it's been the exact same. You know, it's just nowadays I think everyone's going a whole lot faster.
Here's your next battle. Regal, who had gotten to third and then went down. Under pressure from Josh Grant, this next left-hand turn, that is where Regal fell a few laps ago. Let's go down to Aaron with more on the 33. Aaron?
During Moto 1, Josh Grant kept saying how excited he was about getting a good start. He said if anything, anywhere in the top 5 is great for him. Well, unfortunately, he ended up 3 minutes late showing up to the start gate, so he was offered last gate.
Wow. Yeah, that's what happens. When that gate is closed, you're done. You forfeit your gate position if you're late.
Into the staging area, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you give up your good gate pick. Josh should have had the second gate selection based on being the second fastest in qualifying today.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is that the Motocross de Nation, if you don't get into that staging area within 10 minutes, I believe it is, you don't race.
Wow.
Out. So, yeah, it's serious business to get everybody sorted before the start of the race. But I'll tell you what, Kyle Regal, still after that fall, he's still putting in a fantastic ride.
We've seen Regal do that a few times this year, where he's fallen down and then got back up and was able to get right back in that pace. And Jeff, you said it before, that's really difficult to do.
Well, it's a rider that's hungry, along with number 5. He's hungry for another championship.
And another win in front of the home state fans. The Millville folks are getting everything they want. Some domination so far from the number 5. See if he can hang on. There are many, many contenders in this 450 class, but it seems like every time they get a hook in Ryan Dungey, he's able to get back away from guys like Ben Townley, Josh Grant. They've shown flashes of brilliance, but they're not able to stop him today. Ryan Dungey leading the way here at Millville, Minnesota. You go back to 2006, made his professional debut here. Wasn't too much hype around this kid really coming out of the amateur ranks, but he was in the top 10 in both motos. That was solid on the 250 back then.
Yeah, and when Roger DeCosta and Team Suzuki signed him, he was actually a B rider, amateur.
Yeah, he had one level to go as an amateur that he hadn't even gotten to yet. They just skipped that. On
my radar, he basically had some sort of stealth thing going on, because when he signed with Suzuki, I'd never even heard of him.
Yeah. Yep.
And I've been in motocross my whole life. But certainly he is a beacon in the sport now, because especially in the last year, after a very challenging, 2.5 years in his first 2.5 years as a professional, he had some high highs and low lows, but it built the character in him, and it built a desire and the determination that we're finally starting to see. And I think that another 5-10 years from now, we're going to go, wow, this guy is one of the best ever.
And these guys,
this is the start of it.
Could have a real problem on their hands when you think about the fact that he is only 20 years old. He won't turn 21 to the end of the season, I believe in November. So this guy's got a lot of years in front of him, and at this rate, a lot of wins.
Well, here's your progressive whole shot replay, and it looked like the 14 in the center of your screen was maybe going to grab the second one, but it was the teammate of Andrew Short on the Red Bull Honda that comes across the stripe first.
Yeah, but look around the outside. That was Sipes that was able to tuck it in there and challenge him. They give the nod to Sipes, and then Short get the lead right back there. But, hey, either way, the goal is to start up front. Sipes did, made a few mistakes, went backwards. Short was able to take advantage and lead for a little while. Dungey got him.
So you just seen Ryan Dungey, the 5 go by. There's some of the lapped riders that are getting through here, and it's going to be a struggle for those guys because the bike's not working quite right, a little bit tired, not quite hitting your lines. Makes for a long day.
This is
there you go. There's second place.
Wow. 5 seconds a lap faster Dungey is going than Andrew Short. 2:12 to 2:17 the last time around. Short might have company on his hands. You got Hahn, Wyndham, Regal, Grant, and even Mike Alessi not too far back. So Short's got to finish strong.
And that really is the story. Dungey's last lap was a 12. His best of 209. Everybody else are basically their fastest to 211.
Kyle Regal in third again. How about this? And where did Tommy Hahn go? And Regal has gotten around Wyndham several times. This kid, I'm impressed by that. Several times I mentioned already this year, we've seen him go down, get right back up, pick up where he left off.
Top of your screen.